Good morning, everyone. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I met you about a year ago on August 4th of last year, and Miss Lynette brought me there because you were honoring me for being working very well with the patients, and the patient had wrote to you about how I had treated them at their while at their hospital stay. And I didn't know we were doing that, so it was a big surprise, and so I was kind of quiet. But that day, I've always wanted to express more to you, but I know how busy you are. So I contacted Miss Heather, if so, that we can maybe set up a video or send you a letter to show my appreciation to you. Because that week was just like very overwhelming with so many emotions that day is it just settled me down. And during that week, I was so upset about finding a way to get to nursing school since April. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to ANOVA. Then they said that when I went to Human Resources that ANOVA doesn't hire associate degree nurses, so that whole idea was out. So I went around to different colleges, and I went to one college, and I got so discouraged because the advisor there kept talking me out of doing nursing and doing something else so I can finish my schooling shorter with less to pay. And I was thinking, should I, take his advice? Maybe he knows more, or what should I do? And early Wednesday morning, around 3 or 4 o'clock, my roommate came to my door and we were talking about school, and I just broke down crying. And she said, no, we just have to find a different way. And so I talked to God about it, and I prayed to God. It's like, should I go by his advice or someone else's? Should I really do nursing? I was starting to even doubt myself. And then the next day, that Thursday, I met Lynette here. We were going to some meeting that she didn't tell me about. And so I met the other patient relations person, and we were talking, and I thought it was like, we're going in to have like a little meal, like little drinks, or something like that. And I go in, and it's just all of you sitting there waiting for me, and I didn't know what to do. So I just sat down and I listened, and at first I thought, okay, Jerry, what did you do now? So I waited, and then Beth opened with saying the letter that this patient had wrote about me, and it almost brought me to tears because I didn't even realize I was making that kind of impact on his hospital stay. I was just me. I'm just me all day, every day. I don't really change. And so after she read the letter, she asked me what, got me into nursing. And I knew a friend that allowed me to go to work with her, a very close family member, and I got into nursing through that because I loved being around people so much. Nursing was something that I wanted to do, but I'd just been so discouraged by all these closed doors of going to nursing school. And so as I sat there and I listened to Beth speak, and some of you all spoke, just by what you saw from me, just by sitting there, and you encouraged me even more. And then at the end of the meeting, Beth said, well, you're in the right field. That was all like the confirmation that I needed. I almost broke down crying right there because I've been wondering like that whole morning, the day before, and then to come, it was just like, I felt like God was assuring me that I was in the right place. So I just didn't want to leave you with just a scared girl in the room that didn't say anything, but I wanted to in some way express my appreciation because there's thousands of employees at ANOVA. Who am I that you would stop a meeting that you would just want to talk to me about how I treat, the patients here? I'm speechless sometimes to think that all the VPs of ANOVA Fairfax Hospital would want to honor me and take time to even meet me face to face. I know you're busy. I just keep saying, who am I that you would want to do something like that for me? So I just wanted to find some way to thank you other than an email that just seems like impersonal, just for you to be able to see my face and see how you've helped me. And I've practiced not crying while I've been saying this. And so I just appreciate so much for what you have done. I've been through so much in my life, to almost being homeless, to being molested, to having to start school all over again, to having to take care of children that weren't even mine from my own family because they had been neglected, to being on my own, learning how to cook on my own, learning how to live, how to clean. I have all these different barriers, and it seemed like that door to nursing just kept closing. And I still haven't found a way to completely pay for school yet, but it's not going to stop me. And I just thank you so much for your encouragement and helping me. And it's just, every time sometimes I go over things for school, every time August 4th comes up, you all come into mind. So I think for the rest of my life, every time August 4th comes up, I will have you in mind for what you've done. So if there's any time any space in your life that someone asks you if you've affected someone's life, you can tell them that you affected mine forever. You could live 1,000 more years and you won't come within a centimeter of knowing what you did to help me that day, not even knowing what was going on that entire week. So I thank you, and I won't take up any more of your time. I know you're busy, but thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for the time you took out to appreciate and acknowledge